And what a lot of people don't realize, and this is really, I follow some men bodybuilders, and one of the things that people don't realize, and you being a bodybuilder, this, is that those people look like that for a few hours for a show, and that is it. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times when those, I'm not saying they still don't look good off season, but they don't look like they did on stage. And because in bodybuilding, they peak at a very, very specific time. And a lot of times what they do with those photo shoots is they do kind of a mini cut like they do for bodybuilding, like they do for a show. And, they just act like they're that way all the time, and they're not. And as you probably know, they do multiple videos in multiple different clothes and in multiple different shots and stuff. So it looks like they're that way all the time. Mm-hmm. And then 6 months later, they're putting all this stuff out on social media. Like, see, this is me every day. I look like this. And it's just it's absolutely not the facts.
And there's a couple pieces to this, right? So even pro football players, I'll throw Tom Brady out there for an example. They don't do photo shoots in their on football playing seasons. They don't, because they cut for those photo shoots. They cut for those advertisements. Right. So they don't do any of that when they're playing. First, they don't have time. Second of all, they can't be susceptible to injury or injuring their performance by leaning out and going through a cut to do these photo shoots. So all of that stuff that they do for advertising purposes is done in the off season, because they can't perform at the rate they need to perform if they are cutting weight.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So you just can't believe what you see on social media. You just,
right.
Go ahead.
And getting into coaching, so I've ended up coaching some pretty elite level people at this, and some big time influencers at this point, and it's very hard. So they're not included in a lot of my fitness groups. They don't want anybody to know they're working with somebody. There's a lot of stuff there, right? But some of these people are claiming to get you healthy with their protocol or their special diet or their intermittent fasting or whatever it may be. And then they're coming to me and they're like, I haven't had my cycle in 14 months, and now I'm bleeding, and now my thyroid is messed up, and now I have all this going on. Can you tell me what's going on with me? And it's like, I see your social media posts. You're intermittent fasting too much. You're in the gym every single day. You're not recovering. You're doing these HIIT workouts. You're doing all of these things that are making you look good for social media and that you're marketing to other women. But then you, on the backside, what you're not telling people is that you have all of these massive problems yourself. So including eating disordered behaviors. The list goes on and on. But people don't know that. They're only seeing the highlight reel. They're only seeing that body that's been cutting for 16 weeks. They don't know. I can tell you personally, I did 5 bodybuilding shows. I can tell you that I felt like I was going to die before every single one of them. I could hardly get out of bed. I was so exhausted, or even go to work. It was terrible. I never care to feel that way again. I will stay as far away from bodybuilding as possible because of that, because I just want to feel good and I want to have longevity.